country. There's gold in them hills and I'm gonna find it. It's a sight to see, you can't believe how the color of gold makes you lose control. Well, there's gold in them hills and I've got the fever. And there ain't no other place that I'd rather be. My friends come down and enjoy hanging out, and the kids are knee deep in the sand by the creek. Yeah, we're chasing the dog, let's put another log on the fire. There's times like these that make it all worth the while to me. There's gold in them hills and I'm gonna find it. It's a sight to see, you can't believe how the color of gold makes you lose control. Well, there's gold in them hills and I've got the fever. And there ain't no other place that I'd rather be. When the night comes down, we're all sitting around, playing guitars under the stars, singing about the nugget I've been dreaming about. And I say even the picture of it weighed 5 pounds, and it's right under the next rock, I do believe. There's gold in them hills and I'm gonna find it. It's a sight to see, you can't believe how the color of gold makes you lose control. Well, there's gold in them hills and I've got the fever. And there ain't no other place that I'd rather be. No other place that I'd rather be.
Ta-da! Remember that. No other place I'd rather be. That's pretty cool, huh? It is Wednesday once again. It is July the 13th. And you're listening to Gold Fever Radio. And here we are. Let me see. Let's just run through the chats. Let's see who's already signed in here. Dennis Hedrick, David V, Herb Cato. Herb, you heard that the watch thing was canceled, right? In case you didn't hear that, that was canceled. Let's see. Patty's Adventures. Paul Conroy, Sr. Josh Cooper. I think I see everybody in there. I have to scroll back up. Let's see, and people are still coming in. Sid Riker. It's been a while, but a lot has happened. Yes. Well, yes. Okay, so like I said, it is Wednesday once again. There's Randy. Hello, Randy. Randy with his famous, I got your famous thing right here, Randy. See? Your coon pecker right there. So, Ray Sandifer. Hello, Ray's back in the house. You should be out here, Ray. So anyways, you guys starting to come in there. So you guys, all your prizes from last week has been mailed out. All your guys' winnings from the wheel has been mailed out. There was over $200 or close to $200 in shipping cost alone, but everything has been mailed out. So let's see what's going on today, July 13th. What's happening this day in history? 1939, Frank Sinatra recorded his first song, From the Bottom of My Heart. On this day, let's see, birthdays. Oh, Jack Kemp. He's a football player. He's 1,000,000 years old. That's all that there is there. Let's see, happening here in camp, December 28th to 1/1 is our extravaganza. That includes all your meals, entertainment, karaoke, full gold split. That's a week-long party extravaganza. If you want more information, email, contact the camp. November 11th, 12th, and 13th is the Patreon channel supporters outing. That'll be held up in Meadview. We're going to go up there and look for some gold nuggets. We'll probably do dry washing. I'll haul a bunch of equipment up there. Not a bunch, but I'll take some equipment on my metal detector so people can play with them that are up there. And we'll have some stuff we'll give away a little bit later throughout the show. So, Jerry Prince. See, Jerry is a channel supporter. He's in green. That's how you tell channel supporters. So he'll be one that's invited up there to the outing up there and meet you. Okay, that's what I have. So we have a guest tonight. I don't know if you guys all know that, you know. So, anyways, I'll tell you that, you know, you guys know that I got this Starlink and I had problems with it. It doesn't hook up right. So I've contacted them. They're sending me out another one. But in the interim, I was practicing trying that before we went on, and it just kept buffering and knocking me out. So I switched back over to HughesNet, and we all know HughesNet sucks, but that's what I have to use, so I don't have a choice. So if I look grainy or there's a little delay, I apologize in advance. I don't know if I told you, but I'm on HughesNet and it sucks. Okay. Anyways, our guest, Amanda Diga Diaz. I know I butchered that. Diego. Uh, Diga. She just told me too. You'd think I remember stuff. I got a memory like a chicken. Anyways, let me bring her in here. She'll introduce all this here. Let's see, right there, Ad. Hello there, Amanda.
Hi. It's all right.
Why,
You gave it a good go.
why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, all. I am Amanda Digger Degaz, and yeah, I do a podcast on Monday nights called Treasure Vortex with Gypsy, and I am a detectorist treasure hunter in Maine.
Maine, man, that's a long ways away.
Yes, we're up here.
So it's like that's the other side of the world. So it's like about what 12 o'clock at midnight up there.
No, it's only 8.
Oh, a man, Gypsy's in here. She just says hello, Amanda. Look at
Hi,
that. Look at that.
Gypsy.
Your supporter came on to help to support you. Look at that. That's pretty good, huh?
Yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah. She's been on the show before. I was just thinking about her earlier, Gypsy. I want to tell you that I just a long time ago I applied to be a Garrett's dealer. I never heard back from him, but so I found another company. But I applied to become a a dealer. So we'll see what happens. Currently, I sell Fisher and Expedeuses, but we'll see what else. Anyway, so I was thinking about Gypsy today because if we get Garrett, then we got to talk more to her. So anyway, so you're a treasure hunter.
I am.
So tell us all about treasure hunting, how you got started, and all of that.
So, my family was very much into adventures, treasure hunting, fishing. We did like diamond mining at Herkimer. We'd go just everywhere. My dad metal detected, and my teenage years came, kind of got out of it. And then about 10 years ago, I met my partner John, and he metal detected. So I went out and bought a metal detector, and we would go out together. And I just he'd been doing it for years prior to meeting me. So after a little while too, I ended up getting permissions around here and going out. I found, though, by metal detecting, I came across the old dumping grounds. So got into bottle dump digging and then mudlarking. So in New England, and I think parts of California as well, there and perhaps elsewhere, but the dump sites were placed on the water and then they were burned to have a natural barrier, and then they would add more trash. Well, at low tide in certain creeks around here, I can go out and I find all sorts of neat stuff. Hoping to uh
Okay, I
hoping
got
to
to ask
try
you,
some. Oh, go ahead.
you you said mudlarking?
Yes.
What's that?
So, a lot of the dump sites, like people go sea glass hunting at low tide. It's kind of like that. The mud in our area will have treasures that were left over from the dumps being burned. You can find bottles and pipes, clay pipes, and all sorts of things, beads, jewelry. It's a lot of fun, but it's called, I know in England they call it mudlarking, and they do that on over there. And I think the term has kind of caught on here. A lot of times too, I call it I Spy because you go down there and you're really just using your eyes and trying to see what you can find.
Wow, that's weird. I've never. I think I've heard that before, but I never realized. I guess what it meant, mudlarking. So that's a new one. We don't have much. There is bottle dumps. People out here go out and bottle dump, but we don't have no water. I guess to go down and play in the mud and stuff like that. So your detector. What kind of detector? I got asked what kind of detector you use, and I bet you I could guess.
So I'm going back and forth. I actually still swing my whites MX Sport and MX7. And then last October, I think it was, I picked up a Garrett Apex. So I take turns.
So the whites, yeah, the MX7 and the Sport are both good machines, which we know are now owned by Garrett.
Yes, yes.
And that's funny because a couple of the prizes I was giving away tonight is these here 30 best kept secrets in finding treasures. These books,
I know them well.
and look, they're written by whites.
Yep.
They're written by whites. Anyways, I got three of these. I'm going to give away later on during the show. Since we're talking about treasures, okay, what's your coolest treasures? What do you like to find?
I like beads and buttons, I think are my top two favorite finds. Up here as well, relics. So I'm definitely a relic hunter. I enjoy that. The beads are more so mudlarking, and then you know the metal detecting is definitely a relic thing.
So I guess there's no gold up there in Maine, then, huh?
Actually, I've heard there are. I have a friend that has a sluice that drags it up Maine, and he's found some pretty good stuff. I just haven't gotten to go up and give it a try.
Oh yeah, everybody's got to try gold panning at least once. Yeah. Uh, Zero discrimination. Yes, those books are awesome. You know them well, don't you? I know you do. Let's see who. Craig Carter. Hello, Craig. I know I missed people coming in there. Paul Michat. Uh, Daniel Grubb. Okay. Anyways, yeah. So we'll give them away later. Okay. So how do you research where you want to go, and what do? You just like get up in the morning and just say, what, today I think I'm going to go out here.
So I do quite a bit of researching on the old maps, and then I also use LiDAR. And then every fall and winter, we will go out and just drive around kind of aimlessly, and you never know what you'll see in the woods with all the leaves gone. You can see the foundations a lot of times, but yeah, I mean, our local library is great. They have a section just for our town. And then, I mean, in the spring, in the summer, it's really easy to kind of find your neighbors. They'll be outdoors, they'll be haying. You, I go stop and ask. And I know a few permissions where, people stopped and were like, "What are you doing?" And I told them and got invited to their properties to go detect. And there's a couple properties around here as well that our town was settled in 1632, and I will detect properties and return everything, especially if that property's been in their family the whole time. So I'll get to hold on to all the items for a year till the end of the year, and then I catalog, take pictures, display it, and give it back to them. So I think word is spread that way too. So
That's pretty cool. Uh, Prospecting Unlimited. You're up in Meadview. I want to get up there so bad. Lost Basin area. That's my favorite hunting ground for gold. Uh, it's only 106 here right now, so don't feel too bad. Uh,
that's yeah, that's warm.
oh, that's a dry heat though. But so
Try.
well, okay. Let me ask you then. And how long you been doing this here?
So detecting, I've been doing it with like detecting with my own machine and everything for 10 years this past June. And the mudlarking has been, I think, like 4 or 5 years, and dump digging, it was basically right after I started detecting. So,
So, what do you like better, detecting or dump digging?
oh, that's a tough one. I think it honestly depends on the time of year, because being in the fields right now with the heat, it's actually not too bad lately, but normal summers, being out in the heat in the fields, it's so hot. Not a big fan of it. I'd rather be in the woods dump digging. And then there's times that it goes back and forth. And I know I could dump dig and end up coming home with like two gigantic bags full of not just bottles, but, thimbles and buttons and crazy stuff. So I do like dump digging.
It's kind of like out here we call it dumpster diving.
Mm. Yeah.
No, that's so. Daniel says, "How do you use lidar? Do you actually fly over an area or use a service?"
I use an app. So you can get an app on your phone. It's called ArcGIS. It's ARCGIS. And then you type in your state and LiDAR, and it will come up, and you can type in a location, or you can go to a location and you can click the little, this is where I am, and then it will show you. I know certain states aren't on that, but that's um, Maine's on there. So I use that.
Is that kind of like the your uh, whatever they call it, satellite? I can't even think what the hell that name is. No, the satellite system that they use. The yeah.
I- I'm not
Uh,
sure. I know that it shows like you can go like pan out on it and it will show you what's there right now. And then you can like go in and magnify it in, and it will show you, you can see the old cart paths and foundations and wells. So you
so
kind
that's
of
what I
have
was going to.
to,
Oh no, I'm sorry. It's kind of like Google Earth. Then that's what we use. Google Earth.
yes, yeah, a bit like it, but it will show what's underneath, like what you can't see with your own basic eye, like with your eyes. It turns into a gray, white, and a grainy, and basically you look for squares or rectangles or circles or just objects that aren't natural, and then it will show you. So, and I see that question, and I'm just making sure I spelt it right. So it's called ArcGIS, ARCGIS. And it's right on my phone,
Cool.
and you can push the little button and it will go with where you are. Yep, ArcGIS Explorer. And then there's a thing that'll pop up. It says maps. You can do the little magnifying glass, and you say, I type in, the state and then LiDAR, or LiDAR and the state, or you can try county. I know there's certain states that aren't on here. I don't think New Hampshire's on here. And I think I was trying to help someone, I'm not sure if it was Ohio or Indiana. One I was able to get and one I wasn't. I just can't remember which states they were.
Well, I'm definitely going to try it. See if it's out here in Arizona.
Yeah, absolutely. If you need help with it, anybody, just feel free to reach out, messenger. I'll gladly try to assist. Just remember, if you're in the Pacific time, I'm 3 hours ahead of you.
Yeah. So us here on the West Coast is different than the East Coast. No, I've heard of the lidar, but I guess I've never really known really what it's about. But that might be interested in helping finding some gold, what's under the ground. Seeing those yellow veins.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it could do that, but
And
that would
zero
be
and
really neat. You might be able to see old mine entrances.
that'd be cool.
Hmm.
Gypsy just put that what that was there. It's on the screen there. She put it in the
Thank you,
chat.
Gypsy.
Let's see, prospecting. Let me see, who did I miss? Okay, I thought somebody else I saw come in there, but I guess maybe I didn't. Oh, somebody says, see, I want to either get the Notch 800 or the Garrett ATX. I don't want to find small nuggets and take forever for the bigger nuggets. Should ATX be the best for it, even though it's 8 years old? Gypsy could probably answer that question for you. I know nothing really about Garrett's. I'm not a Garrett person, Garrett dealer. Maybe someday I might be, but I'm not a Garrett person. So I can't really tell you about Garrett's. I can tell you about the whites that went to Garrett's, but I can't tell you about Garrett's. So that's a question for Gypsy. One more pan. Does it show bedrock? He asked.
I think there's another map in the LiDAR that does show bedrock. Yes. It's not LiDAR. I think you type bedrock and then the state or the county, and you can select the map that shows bedrock. So there's bedrock, there's flood levels, population. There's a bajillion different maps in that app itself. So you could definitely scroll through and see what they have for your state.
Gypsy, I'm going to have to send you a message. I'll either you're back east. Are you in Texas? I think you're back in Carolinas or something, ain't she? Where are you at,
She's in
Gypsy?
Texas.
Oh, oh, you are in Texas. Oh, well then you're pretty close to my time zone. Then I'll have to send you a message. I will have to get a hold of you so you can start pulling those strings of yours. Okay, you got any cool stuff you want to show us?
I do. So I pulled out some of some things that I haven't actually spent much time, showing, and from all over the years of detecting. So one of my first 2 years detecting, I found that. Let's see if any of you can
Whoa,
figure out what it might be.
looks like a scarf holder, a spoon, a noodle drainer.
It is a 1700s flintlock pistol butt cap, and it's
Wow.
in a grotesque mask. So that's why the open mouth is where the screw would have gone into the butt plate of it. Then you'd. Oop. So think of it on the base of a gun. So that's honestly one of my favorites. It's just so neat. I can't even really.
Oh no, that'd be cool. That looks awesome.
Yeah. As you could see, I also kissed it because it was like one of my first, and it was in roots. So this wonderful boop happens, right? You got to learn somehow and
Yeah.
do it on things that you're pretty excited about. Let's see.
Yeah.
So I was talking about beads with the mudlarking and everything. So here's like one, basically I find,
Whoa.
the bottles I find, and then all the different beads. And then there's like teeny tiny ones as well. And then mudlarking. Okay. So here's a gold ring I found while mudlarking. Gold nugget
Wow.
style. I figured I'm on Gold Fever Radio, so I had to show off some of my gold.
It's missing its emerald in the middle.
It is, but it's okay. I'll take it. um,
What size is it?
it's too big for me, so I'm not sure. It's definitely a men's ring. Too big. Another
Do you keep all
pretty
your
cool.
stuff, or do you sell it?
I don't sell anything. So if I've had lots of things like a ton of buckles or, pen knives or spoons, forks, certain duplicate buttons and whatnot, I will donate them to a different group that might be having a seated hunt, or gift them to friends. And then again, the property owners that I have some permissions, all of it will go back. But yeah.
Well, you can come out here and detect my property.
Hey, it keeps me busy. It keeps me busy. I do have one find that kind of blows away for to be found in Maine. It's kind of crazy. I did post about it on Facebook like quite a while ago, but it's an Atlanta style, Atlanta style
Oh, that's
CSA
cool.
belt buckle with the paws still on it.
Wow, that's
So I
awesome.
was yeah, for finding it in Maine, I didn't even have to travel down south to find it. So it was pretty exciting.
No, that's so was there Civil War up there in Maine?
No, I mean we had regiments and stuff that would would join in, but no, there was no real, I mean, practice fields and stuff. We'll find things or items that might have been brought home that might have been taken as a souvenir. We're not really quite sure. It was near railroad tracks that were originally way back when. So, but yeah.
So is that's your sticker wall behind you?
Yes. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. And then there's some further down over here. All
Wow.
different.
So you put I'll have to send
Uh,
you a sticker.
yes, please. So I actually cheat. They're not on the wall. If I ever moved, I'd be so upset to lose them all. So I found these things called Sure swatches, and it's a see-through that you could paint on and put it on the wall to see if you'd like it or not. So what I do is I use these and then put the stickers on. So that way, if I ever moved or whatever, I could peel each of the sheets off and put them in a binder and move them
Oh.
someplace else.
Well, it looks like you also like to eat my favorite type of cookies there too.
And what?
I see a can of cookies.
A can of cookies.
Yeah, the I see a can of cookies, that blue can with the cookies all around it.
Oh,
On
yes,
the
I got you. Yes, the shortbread cookies. Yeah, I was like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah,
yeah,
there
that
you go,
has,
right there. Yeah,
yep.
yeah,
I
yeah, those are
think,
my favorite cookies.
yes, they make great tins for, I put my cleaning supplies in it and stuff. I was like, wait, what? I don't have cookies in here. Yep.
No, that's a so. So you were talking about your partner that goes out with you, and does he detect in that too?
He does. He goes detecting. Um, he doesn't really do the dump digging. And he will occasionally he'll go with me mudlarking, but he'll be taking pictures of birds and crazy things like that. So, but yeah, he does. He'll go out detecting, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
What kind of detector does he use?
He's using a simplex.
Oh, okay,
Yeah. He was
okay,
also
that's
using a White's M6 prior to that.
that's an older one, huh?
Yes, yeah, we were all about the Whites, Whites machines and whatnot, and I was briefly a field rep for them before they shut down.
For whites.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, that was really kind of. I used to be a whites dealer, and it was kind of really weird that. I mean, I used to love to use like the old MXTs and stuff like that there, and then all of a sudden just got the call that they were going bye bye. Just he wanted to retire and just get out of it. I didn't couldn't understand why, anyways. But so at least Garrett, bought. I guess Garrett just bought their technology. I guess their patents and all of that, and they, put out the new machine that. The one you just mentioned earlier, but it's got their name on it. So now Garrett name, but
Hmm. Yeah, the
That was
apex.
their last machine. Whites put out. The whites put
The
out before they went bye bye.
the MX7 and MX Sport, you mean?
The sport.
Or the 24K?
Well, no,
Yeah,
no.
the
Well, the
tw
24K they had, and then after the 24K they came out with that sport, and that was their last machine, and that was kind of hard to get their hands onto. A lot of people wanted it, and it was hard to get, and then all of a sudden, next thing you knew, they were going bye bye. So
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
Goldmaster, I got an old VSAC Goldmaster that has all the dials on it that I got from my dad. Uh, let's see who we got coming in. David Simon came in. Don G. I'm sure I missed a whole bunch of people as they popping in there. I try Mike Duffy. Oh, Mike. Anyways, uh, so you going so you going out relic hunting or like do you, so? Well, let me say, do you go to like parks or do you go to like say out here in Arizona? I'm in Arizona, so I like to if I can go to an old park or railroad stop or anything like that to look for treasures. I like to go to. And I mean, do you guys got that type of stuff out there that you're doing, or do you just? I
The
mean, I don't
majority
know
of
what all you do out there.
the majority of, I mean, there's school parks and whatnot that I could go to, but a lot of the different property owners near me have haying fields. So, and these are like ginormous, like 10 acres, 30 acres, 50 acres. I think one is 88 acres. Um, and they hay them in sections. So there's a possibility of going out there repeatedly. But on top of it, we'll do, the research and whatnot and find that, off the woods towards the left of this hayfield is an old foundation. And come fall time, we'll go out and detect around the foundations. And there are some yards, but even then, the yards are like 2 acres or 3 acres or so more so I'm detecting private permissions like that rather than the parks.
Oh, okay. Uh,
Mm.
somebody was talking about the Apex. I do remember I did sell Garrett's years ago when they used to have a company. I think it was called Joby, was out years ago, and they used to carry. And I used to sell the Apex. I think it was a 150 and 250 or something like that. But I do remember them, the little yellow machines, and those actually were pretty decent machines. Uh, somebody just talked about the Apex or the Ace 350, so that's why.
Yep.
Uh, anyway, so on coin, do you like find coins back there?
I do. I think I like the tokens better though than the coins. We find a lot of large cents and things like that. I have found actually my first Spanish 2 real was mudlarking. I found that. The but no, like the Civil War tokens and the trade tokens, I really enjoy finding those. There's a lot more to look into on it and research and there's some really cool varieties. So I tend to like those better than coins.
So you had Spanish back there too?
Yes, there's Spanish reals are in this area as well.
So I mean I can understand fine. So when you mudlark, are you still using the detector?
No, no.
You're just
I know it
feeling
sounds
around?
sounds crazy, right? No, I just use my
Yeah.
eyes. And I was called to this little beach. My boyfriend was on the other side taking pictures and had met someone, and they're like, "What is she doing?" And he explained what I was doing, and they're like, "Oh, if she likes broken glass and stuff like that, she should come down to this section." So he waved me over, and I went over, and right off the bat, I found this. So this is a umbrella ink It's broken just a little bit right there, but it was my first
Oh,
umbrella ink. So obviously I've kept it.
an
And
ink
then,
bottle.
yep, and then a clay
Okay.
marble, and then I found a clay pipe. And so anything that's circular that's sitting in the mud, I will flip everything over. So usually it's acorn top, acorn top, acorn top, acorn top. Um, and I flipped this coin. I had no idea what it was, and it is pretty. It's brackish water, so it's got the gray. It sat in the mud, and this is a tidal area, so it's high tide, low tide, and we had gotten heavy rain. And yeah, there was just a 2 real is what it ended up being.
See, I see people posting them, and I think, man, that'd be pretty cool to find. But I guess we don't have that type of stuff out here in AZ.
Well, you are more than welcome to come hunt anytime with me, whether it's mudlarking or detecting.
Hey, you're welcome to come out here.
I can
I
learn to
was just putting some stuff.
gold pan.
Yeah, you could do that. Well, no, so on our property here, there's a lot of history here. And a long time ago, I found an army button, and then I researched it. It was the first infantry army button, but I can't find it. I misplaced it. So today, I went through and I had this. I saw you found one of these too. So I was trying to put stuff in this Riker box,
Hmm.
but you found one of these. You were talking about on a video. Where'd it go? A three ringer.
Yes. Yes.
So I mean, we got three ring. So let's see, how does this go here? Oh, they're all gonna fall down. But like old service station tokens and tax tokens and
Yep.
coins and square nails and that's the type of stuff that we find out around here. Buttons, military buttons and but not like a lot of Spanish stuff and your Civil War. We don't have that out here.
Yeah, we have so another thing I was going to show is so I did find this is a Maine state militia button. So that's 1830s or so. And that's
Wow,
it.
that's
It has a
cool.
shank. So very, we do have old stuff out here. The crotal bells, skeleton keys. So like, skeleton key.
Oh,
This is probably the biggest crotal bell I've ever found. It's, palm size, and it
what was
ding-a-lings.
that used for?
To alert, what is it called? Alert the other carts that they were coming around the corner or whatnot. You'd hear them.
Also, they had them on their horses or something.
Yes. Yep.
I thought, do you guys have bears up there?
We do. We do.
What kind of bears do you got?
I'm pretty sure there's so definitely black bear, and then I think there's also been brown bear as well.
Oh, so I know. Do you know how you tell the difference between the black bear and the brown bear? You can tell by their crap or their scat. Their shit.
No, I didn't know that.
No, you can tell because the brown bears have little berries in their crap, and your black bears they have little bells in their crap.
Yeah, no, I didn't know that. Now I do, so I can
Well,
definitely
people put
keep
little
an eye.
no, people put bells on when they're walking through the forest, to scare the bears away.
Oh, no, I didn't know that. Oh, so
Okay.
there's
Anyway,
bells.
that
I
that.
got it. I got it. Took me a second. Yep.
Okay. Okay. What I need to do is I need to play a commercial, pay for some bills. Can you hang with us a moment?
I
You
sure
go
can.
find some more cool stuff to show and tell. Okay.
I can, yes.
All right, we'll be right back, folks.
ICMJ's Prospecting and Mining Journal is the only monthly gold prospecting magazine published in the United States and is the most comprehensive and respected magazine about gold prospecting on the market today. With readers in all 50 states, it features articles on detecting, high banking, dredging, small-scale operations, assaying, basic geology, how to read the land, regulations, and more. Our monthly Ask the Experts column is answered by true experts. It features answers to readers' questions on processing, detecting, geology, and any other questions you may have related to finding and recovering gold and other precious metals. The Mining Journal features the most extensive selection of equipment, mining properties, services, and more, and a classified section featuring over 20 times more new and used items than the nearest competitor. The Mining Journal has been in continuous publication since 1931. A full 12 issues is available for just $27.95, and discounts are available for 2- and 3-year subscriptions. And an online subscription gives you access to over 3,000 articles going back nearly 20 years. Our purpose is to teach you how to find more gold. ICMJ's Prospecting and Mining Journal is the tool you need to succeed. It's time to raise your gold prospecting knowledge to the next level with ICMJ's Prospecting and Mining Journal. Give us a call at 831-479-1500 or visit www.icmj.com. That's www.icmj.com.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Our amazing guest, Amanda. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, if you don't have a mining journal, you should call to get the Mining Journal. Probably the best prospector magazine out there. You learn everything about prospecting, metal detecting, treasure hunting, all types of cool stuff. Call them. Tell them we sent you. Gold Fever. They like to hear that stuff. Okay, let's give away a cool book, should we? We'll give away one of these books. Somebody told me I didn't know my bears. It's the other way around. Well, you know, I don't know which bear is which way. So the more dangerous ones are the other ones. I don't know. But anyways, okay. Sorry, we don't have bears out here. Well, we do have bears up north, but not down here in the desert. So I'm going to give away this book. I'll give away 2 of them. How's that? First off, I'll give away 2 books right now. First question I'm going to ask. First one in the chat room. So Amanda, you can watch this too. This will be an easy one. How long has Amanda said she's been detecting? First one in the chat room will win. Donkey Engine. Hello, welcome.
See Herb.
Oh, I see him. All you go. Herb Cato. Looks like he's the first one, right?
Yes.
Herb Cato, you got it. 10 years is correct. I will get one out to you, Herb. Make sure you send me your, I got your email or your shipping address, your mailing address. Send me your mailing address. Let's give away one more. Okay. This is going to be a little bit different. This could almost go with, I better not say nothing. Let's see. Okay. Let's do this here. Okay. This is a question, so you got to answer. First one in the question. The smallest one of these is worth about $1.50. The largest one of these sold for almost $1.5 million. What is it? That'll be a little harder question. The smallest one of these is worth about $1.50. The largest one of these sold for almost $1.5 million. What is it? Okay, so we'll keep an eye on that there. I know. Gold specimen nuggets. I knew you guys would say that, but no, that's not true. That's a good one, but that's not what I got. Baseball card, that's a good one. No. This is where people start to Google gold nuggets. I knew you guys would say gold. That probably would have been what I'd say. Diamonds, not the diamond, not a meteor. Just go Google it. I try to find my SIPM count. Picasso stone. You know they got Picasso stones up in Michigan. I can't say that word either. Picasso. Yeah. Anyways, they're up in Michigan. They're the rocks with or the stones with little holes all around them. I think Picasso stones or whatever they call them. If I'm right, but no, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Uh, don't pay attention to me. Anyways, what? Nobody don't know that question? It falls in line with what Amanda liked to do. Emerald, no. You're from Michigan. There you go. You know, I used to go up in Michigan. I was invited up there in the upper UP, and I used to go up there. This was probably like 15 years ago, and I used to go look for copper artifacts. You know, like you were showing the beads and stuff. There we could find hair beads and everything they made was all out of copper, and that was really cool finding that stuff. Coins, buttons, emeralds, no, no. Beads, no. Coins, no. Upper stone, no. Buttons, no. You guys are all way off, way off. Think more about what Amanda liked to do. The smallest one of these is worth about $1.50. The largest one of these sold for almost 1.5 million. No marbles. I don't know how I can give you guys any hints. Uh, okay, I left the chat room there for a minute. Let's see. I sent you the answer.
You sent me the answer?
We're getting closer. I saw.
Yes.
I sent you the answer. Yeah. I see.
Yep.
I see somebody said they're close. Somebody was close.
Yep. Ashley said bottles.
Ashley's close. Yeah, Ashley's close. She's not. I want the answer what it is.
Yep.
But she was close. So pay attention to what Ashley said. Hello, Ashley. Welcome. And go from there. Pay attention to what Ashley said and go from there. Oh, come on, guys. I gave these out once upon a time. Umbrella glass, ink bottle. No. You know, these things are these are gold bars. These are pretty cool. This is like a little mini bottle. This here is this is some nasty stuff, man. Whew, I don't know why people think this stuff is important, but medicine bottle cap, no. Bell inkwell, no. This is gold bar. This is I don't know what kind of whiskey this is. Premium blend. It's nasty. I know that. Medicine bottles, no. Flask, no.
Yeah, actually, that's probably my favorite to drink. So, but if that helps anyone.
What's that? The whiskey?
Hmm.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Oh. Who got it? We're going to have to give it to Josh, I think, don't we?
I'm not sure. Let me go back.
Daryl was close, but Josh got it actually right on.
Yes.
Yeah, so
yeah,
we'll have
Josh.
to give it to Josh. Josh, the answer is a whiskey bottle. The smallest one of these sell for about $1.50. That's your little dinky mini bottles. And the largest one of those sold for almost $1.5 million. I just get them off the internet. You know, they don't lie. The internet don't lie. So anyways, I'll get you one of these books out there. So just make sure that I have your mailing address. Okay. back to our awesome guest, Amanda. You got some more cool stuff to show us?
I sure
You've been doing this
do.
for 10 years. You should have more stuff.
I do. I do. I've got some pretty cool stuff. So dump digging, I found that. It says Lincoln
Oh, a
1,
badge.
Dover, New Hampshire, and then it's actually like with like lead. The pin is on, and it's very delicate. I've tried, and it's not really holding too tight anymore. But yeah, so it says Lincoln, Dover, New Hampshire, and number 1. And that's
What does that mean?
probably the coolest badge I ever found. I'm not sure. Apparently back when Lincoln would be kind of like the chief of the fire department, they'd call him Lincoln or that's what I got told. I'm not 100% sure and wasn't, but it is honestly one of my favorite badges I have found to date. And then
I thought it
I
was
know,
President Lincoln.
yeah, that would be really cool. But no. Um, I'm not sure how well this will show. We were talking about the 2 real, and you can see I haven't really cleaned it. It's still got like uh, the gray patina, and the lighting doesn't really work for it because you got to go sideways, and you can see it's like perfect. Still says, all the information on it. And then another dump dig, because of the whole gold thing. I found my first pair of gold cufflinks, and these are,
Oh, those cool.
yeah, they're pretty.
So you're finding gold.
Yeah, yeah, I find gold and silver, and um, detecting a silver pen, and it's got like all this
Oh,
intricate
cool.
like design all down it and whatnot. I don't know if I can really
Oh, yeah,
show
you
it.
see it. Yeah.
And then one of my other favorite things to find are watch fobs. So I found this Victorian. It's in 2 sections. I haven't put it back together yet, but it's a Victorian revival watch fob
Wow.
chain, and then the other side. So both sides have. I can't see.
Stuff on.
Yeah, and then it
Wow, and it's still
has.
intact.
Yep. Cleopatra on one side, or and then hold it that way. And then some weird dude. I don't know. Looks like an alien. But yeah, it was all in the same hole, and that was a real fun find because I was like, what is this? I had no idea. And yeah, the other thing that we tend to find a lot up here too is lead bale seals, and those would be I'm not sure if you find them out there or not, but it would mark, the merchandise or the grain or the wheat or whatever seed. It would have metal that would go around the bags and then was be sealed with the lead, and it would put where it either manufactured or traveled from and or how it traveled. And I really like finding those.
Well, yeah, never heard that before either. Wow.
Yeah,
You guys
I
got cool
have.
stuff out there.
It's kind of heavy. I don't know if they'll fall out, but they're round and they've got markings, and then you can see like this one still got the metal that was put through it, and it would be
Oh,
marked.
oh, I've seen them before. I thought that was just garbage. I didn't know those were. Wow.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun. There's so many different ones that it's another thing that I enjoy. I think some might throw them away. I'm not sure, but I do. I like them. They're all different. And uh, what is the other? Oh, like I was saying, for the
Oh,
Civil War tokens, um, This one is in horrible shape, but it says, what was it? I think it says the flag on one side, and then it's got a cannon on the other, and it says Peacemaker. So see the cannon?
Oh, so what kind? So what was that?
That was a Civil War token.
Oh, civil token.
hmm There wasn't enough currency at the time, so places where they were making their own tokens. Some say "Go Army, Go Navy." Those, and then hard times tokens would be the different different establishments in the area, like $5 off a pair of boots, or good for trade for soap. I think some of those are, a lot of places.
Those are pretty cool. I have to show. Some said so. The old lead seals were to register that they paid their taxes on the item
Mm,
as the weight that was legit or whatever. So what we found on the property out here, and this is the second one that's been found out here, and it's really weird because you're talking about something that I don't know how good this will show, but this here says this is good for 50 cents on any straw hat.
that's
Uh,
neat.
oh, let me get out of here. Let me get back to this here. So this says 50 cents off any straw hat. But what's funny about it is it's the swastika emblem, and it back before Germans took over the swastika is good luck, and
Yep.
so these tokens were part of the good luck club. And if you find one of these, then that's what they did. They're good luck. So this was the second one we found off the property. But anyway, so those were kind of cool. But so that had to be pre 1930 somewhere around in there.
That's awesome. Straw hat. That's pretty cool.
Straw hat. but so all them containers that you've got there, all those little like little boxes, plastic boxes, and all that stuff is all full of your treasures.
It is. Yep. Some people might not consider treasure. I mean, there's a place down the road from me that has slate pencils. So like this would what would be used back when. Oop, as I drop it. As a writing utensil for kids. So it's a slate pencil. So some people might
Wow.
not consider that treasure. I like it. So there's different sections of buckles, slate pencils, escutcheons, and hardware type things, marbles, lots and lots of marbles, little dolls. I find, these guys a lot, mudlarking, little dolls.
Wow. You do
So,
keep everything.
some people think it's trash. I tend to keep it. I I do when I mudlark. There's two artists. There's one in Maryland and one in California. And when I'm out mudlarking or dump digging, and there's really good thick old bottle bases, I will put together a giant box of all of those, especially the different colors, and I ship them to Maryland. And there is an artist down there, and he's also a treasure hunter, but he naps them into arrowheads. And so
Oh, that's cool.
it's neat that they can do something with that. And then there's a lot of other places that are um, there's, broken copper bits, gears, and things like that. So I'll grab all of that and put a box together for a lady in California that makes artwork out of it too. So I feel like I'm cleaning up
There's
the
I
earth and
miss.
making new stuff with it.
Well, you're finding treasure. That's cool. But Paul says that yeah, those swastikas went way back in ancient times even. Uh, I just had a question I was going to ask. I forgot what it was now. It was a very important question. I know it was too. Huh. Wow. Anyways, okay.
Oh no.
Uh, she works full time, actually, Ashley. So, oh yeah. So there's a good question. Do you have a regular job, or do you just do this full time?
No, I do. I work full time. I think it's like 6:30 till 3:30. Some days it's 7 until 4. And then in the evenings I'll get out, or that late afternoons, and then weekends. Or I'll take vacation, and vacation
Mm.
time we'll use to go dig and treasure hunt. I try to incorporate it at least a little bit.
Well, you can vacation out here anytime you want. You can look for treasures out here, railroad stops, look for gold, do it all. We'll get Gypsy out here and do some great big stuff.
That would be good.
There's some guys that they've been on the show before that live in Upper New Jersey, and they talk
Mm,
about rag bond stuff, where like back in the old days, they went house to house and they collected old clothing, and then I guess they burnt it or whatever for the rags
yep.
or to make whatever, and then they'd get, so they find these rag dumps, and you'd find all types of cool stuff in these rag dumps.
So, yeah, we call them button dumps. So, at least around here and whatnot, the ragmen would go around and they would get all the old cloth. They'd pay people per the pound, and they would go and collect all that and then give it to these, not industrial mill, but a woolen mill. Now, the woolen mill, they would strip off all the buttons, snaps, buckles, anything that was in the pockets, and it would go and be dumped. So actually, it's probably too big to. This is all
Oh,
from a button
oh,
dump. Um, so
wow.
all different buttons. The cufflinks that I showed was from that button dump. There was a dog license. I think it's a 1920 or maybe a little bit earlier. Nope, 1916 dog. It's like a letter B for the town, but their Civil War and Boston Fire Department, New York City Fire Department buttons. It's the button dump digging is a lot of fun.
Wow. So you guys got, so uh, Gypsy just says, let's go.
Yes.
So we have different stuff out here, Gypsy. So I found this here. You can't read it here, but it says, keep this here and you'll never go broke. So when I researched it, I found that it had a penny in it. So I went back out there and researched it. And kept looking. I found the penny. It's a 1909 penny. So I did find the whole thing, although it was broken and wasn't together, but it is now. And on this property, so like a badge, there's a 1948 chauffeur's badge, which
Oh, that's
1948,
cool.
no big deal,
Yeah, it's still chauffeur's
it's
badge.
and then
It's
the
awesome.
old gas pumps had cylinders that go up and down them. So there
Oh,
used to be an old service station out front, and that's what some of those. And then we find a lot of these old tax tokens, from Arizona, California, Colorado. I think the furthest one is Oklahoma, back in that area.
mm,
Tax tokens. And then we find some old silvers once in a while. This here was a 1912 silver. But we found some really cool stuff out in here. But it used to be an old homestead back in the 1800s, and then it became a ranch house, and then it became a Christian camp. So there's just a lot of cool stuff all around this property. About 20. Let's see, I think it's 24 acres. So, yeah.
it's awesome. I love
So
the
yes,
chauffeur badge.
come on out, Gypsy. We could have some fun out here. Actually, somebody else found that and he gave it to me out on the property here. But
It's awesome.
we're right on the highway, and that's the old stage stop. There in the 1800s, late 1800s, there's a stage stop that's out here on the property. Well, it's not here no more, but it was out there. You can see the foundations and A lot of old tin cans, with the solder lids, stuff
Hmm.
like that.
That's
So
cool.
you can have a lot of fun detecting this property. A lot of trash too. So, I'm sure you find a lot of trash back there too. How much trash do you find to one good thing?
It depends on the location. If I know that it's an area that's constantly has public, like one of my relatively old sites has events every weekend. So that one I could fill it like maybe 30 pieces of trash per one good item. But some of these other items, I'd say that it was in the beginning a lot of trash to clear that trash layer. And then now going back to it, I might not have as many finds because it's just, it's been picked, but it will be, you know, three pieces of trash to one thing good, or one piece of trash to something good. You just got to get that trash gone.
So, well, I know they say for nuggets, we have to dig like about 100 pieces of trash. I think it's more like 200 pieces of trash before we find a piece of gold. But
Yep.
can't you on your detector discriminate out or knock out some of those trash items so you can just find some of the more interesting stuff?
I could, but the thing is, I do like the relics. I like the iron padlocks. I like the old forged iron. I enjoy finding some of those old pieces, the spurs, the, different bridle rosettes can be in iron. I found a padlock that has the skull and crossbones, that was completely iron. It's called Storybook padlock. Um, so if I notch those out, I would be notching out the potential of finding, you know, real cool relics, just iron relics. So,
Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah. So when
Well,
I
it
say
doesn't like. I
trash,
mean, you're right. Well, the
yeah.
detector I use for treasures is I use the Knox 800. And so generally, I'll only dig everything that might be above a 16 or 17. I don't dig anything below that because it's just trash. Now, I don't know
Hmm.
if the machine that you use, I mean, all machines are different, but they, have that same type of a capability or, when you're looking at your VDIs and all of that.
I mean, I dig everything. I dig absolutely
Okay,
everything.
so yeah.
Um, Yep. So, I mean, at the end of the year, I have, 20 buckets of trash that I end up bringing to the recycling center here, separated out and whatnot. And, I get a few dollars change for it. So that kind of helps. But yeah, no, I would rather dig everything. I mean, when I'm with the trash thing, it's the can slaw in some of these hay fields, if they've been hayed forever or plowed, you have lots of wonderful signals that are, can slaw at a foot down. So, in those cases, those
So,
locations, I'm digging, 50 pieces of trash to maybe one good thing.
so how far down generally when you're going out to these fields or to wherever you're going detecting, how far down basically are your targets? How deep are they?
They range between 6 inches to a foot down. Those are plowed fields, though there's a hay field that I went to, and the fines, the good fines are like an inch, an inch down. It
Oh.
just there's been nothing there since then, so it's just either leaf litter or, um, you know, just a haying area.
So do you find it better to go out in the summertime or the wintertime?
So with the woods and things like that, I like to go in the winter, the fall and the winter when all the greenery is basically gone. The mosquitoes, the ticks are kind of at a minimum of where they would be in the spring and summer. In the fields, the haying fields, like um, they hay usually around the second week of June. We're running a little late right now, so I know that The ones that I dig are either just got hayed or were hayed like a week ago. So I will I will detect those, but I'll go early in the morning and then basically not go again until later on in the evening, when it's cooled off. And then, I mean, in Maine, we can get, feet and feet and feet of snow, and I'll basically detect until the forest is frozen. If the forest gets frozen, then I end up going and mudlarking. So, but I've been
I
out there in
saw
the
one of your videos
snow.
where, yeah, where it's frozen ground, you're digging something out of the frozen ground.
Yep. I I stopped
Well,
doing
so the
that.
reason I
Oh, because I
oh no,
damaged
go
an
ahead.
item trying to chop it out, and I was like, all right, from now on, I'm just marking it with GPS or whatnot, and I'll come back for it when the ground's thawed. So,
Well, like so here they say when we go out gold hunting, for instance, looking for nuggets, they say the best time to go is after it rains because the ground is, quieted down, all the static is out of the ground, and so you don't have so your detectors ain't so hot, I guess, or hot ground. So that's what I was wondering
yep.
back there. If you go out, kind of, you guys like to go out after it rains, if you have that similar type situation back there.
We do. In the past couple years, we've also been in drought situation, and yeah, after it rains, when it's anytime after it rains, I find that the ground is just so much better. A to dig, and B those signals end up just sounding so good and actually being relatively good finds. Um, even in the drought though, I found that it's just the heat radiating off. It's we have a joke that you get through, midday is this midday slump that you're not going to find much because the heat that's radiating off the ground. So we go in the mornings when there might be dew on the grass and whatnot, and then in the evenings once the ground's cooled off a little.
So, so you can go out. Okay, so you go out all day long, depending on what. So on a weekend, do you like say, "Oh, I'm going to go out in the morning"? So you get up, you go out, and then later on, you go back. Say, "You know what? I want to go out again." So then you go out again.
I do. And I'll also change and do different treasure huntings too. So on a Saturday morning, I might wake up and look at the tide chart and realize that low tide is, at 8 a.m. So I'll go out, from 6 a.m. until 10 or so, and then go back, get my detector and spend the afternoon detecting. So
So you do beach detecting. Is there beaches out there?
There are beaches, yes. Yep. I don't tend to do the beach detecting. I'll do the mudlarking and then go home, grab my detector, and then go to the permissions that are nearby my place that are the fields or the woods or whatnot. But yeah, I could take my detector,
You
plan
know,
the
I'm.
day, and detect the entire day away. So I've done that quite a bit as well. Get up, you're out there when the sun rises, and coming back when it sets. So as long as I don't have
Oh,
things I
well,
have
here
to
we go
do.
out. Yeah. No, here we go out before the sun comes up, and then we come back and we hide for the rest of the day. But so I've talked to people back east, and I just find this so amazing that you guys are not afraid. I can't do that. I don't have. Anyways, you guys can go knock on doors and ask if you can detect their properties. To me,
Yep.
I just can't fathom me doing that.
That's not too bad. I mean, we have a lot of, the hunting season. We have moose here, so there's that. They go out, and technically, the best way to do it is to get permission to go on properties. There's, special fishing spots that might, combine on someone's property. Everything is just asking. So, yeah, and it's easier again, the door knocking thing, I try not to do that too much. I try to catch the property owner outside so they can see me coming. I'm not
Oh,
intruding on their space. Yeah. I'll wait till they're gardening or Yeah. Yep.
So if you're with your boyfriend, do you find it easier if you go ask permission or if he go ask permission?
I think we've taken turns. He gets just as many permissions as I have, so he's pretty good about
Really?
it. Yeah, yep.
Oh, I think a girl, you'd say, girls are less threatening and sure, come on. You see a guy's like, yeah, whatever. I think.
Mhm. Yeah, no, I don't know. He's a smooth talker, I guess. They like him, but a lot of the
Oh,
permissions around here that we have gotten permission for, we've gotten to know the property owners really well, so we can go over and like hang out, like and just hang out. So without detecting.
uh, oh, so David says, man, for you that might work. People like me, they say hard no. Yeah, I couldn't do that. I got very little kahunas. I couldn't go ask permission. I can't. I just couldn't go knock on somebody's door. I just, you know, when I went back to Michigan, we walked driving around. The guy stops and he says, "Oh, hold on," and he goes up there, knocks on the door, and he comes back to the car and he says, "Come on, we're gonna go detect their property." What? Are you insane? You went and asked them if you could detect their property? Are you guys insane or what? So I'd love to detect people's property out here, but no, I'll go with somebody if they want to go with me. I'll show them where but no, I couldn't do that. Let's see. Okay, so anyways, you got any more cool stuff you want to show us?
Oh, I moved everything. I was for the button. I was showing you the button hoard I had gotten. I did have one thing, and now I can't find it. Oh, here it is. Um, it's a little silver swallow that I found while
Oh,
mudlarking. And then I'm sure I've got something here. Yeah, cufflinks. We find lots and lots of cufflinks up here. So they can be like the copper ones with like the weird um so they've got like
oh
and
yeah.
little flowers on them, but the actual clasp is different. I can't do it. There we go. It's just like a little hook. Find a lot of those around here. I know that he had found one that says Talio, and it was for like fox hunts. So that's on my list of like things I want to find is a little one with a fox that says Talio. And then I mean
So
we
you
do
guys
find a
have
lot of
contests and
no, yeah. No, we don't do contests or anything like that. Basically different things found we'll go, oh, I hope to find one of those and um no, nope, that's not it.
it's not
You
like,
know that
man, I wanted to find that.
yes, we do that on occasion. We do. So like here's one of those like iron pieces that I said, they'll blow out your eardrums, and it will come up and ring up as trash, but I'd want to dig it anyway. It's
Oh,
missing its
wow, that's
its back
cool.
tire, but it's like yeah. So I like
That's
digging the
cool.
iron things. Um, Dump digging as well. I mean, I love the little toys.
Oh,
So
wow, that's cool too.
and he's got like a little number 7 and like a post where is it right here he's got like I think it says postal on it, so a little racer, his
Wow.
tires over here. Definitely like the toys, like finding the toys. I know another that rang, now this isn't as old, but I love these type of things. So here's the little truck, and they'll ring
Wow, that
up.
is cool.
They always seem to be missing at least one tire though. So perhaps they just threw them away because they could no longer play with them. I'm not sure. And then like You were saying, so this would have been sad. I kept it again. So anything that I find like bottle wise, I will keep a piece until hopefully the day I find an intact one. But this is a Pontal Mark historical flask. So this is like the eagle is right there.
Wow, that's
And
glass.
it's, yeah, yep. So it would have been a historical flask. And I'll keep it until I can find an intact one. And I think that's about it. Got a lot of jars full of marbles. You find tons of them while you're mudlarking. All different. And then the other thing I like to find
How can you tell which
too,
ones are old or not?
if they have a the mark on it, the Pontal mark, you can tell. And then I
What's
do
that?
find a lot of clay marbles around here. And then I was trying to look to see where my black light is. I have quite a few marbles that will glow, including beads and stuff. I have no idea what I did with my flashlight. Nope, no idea.
Well, there's out here. There's we had the General Patton was out here, so we did have that in the area, and so that would have been pre 1941, like during World War 41, 42. I had a friend that told me come over and detect where Patton had some training went on, so I went over there, and I did find a military button. That was kind of cool.
Hmm.
Anyways, but so you were mentioning like so see I've got my little cool toys too. I like
Yep.
the it's got four tires though.
Oh, very
And then you're
nice.
right, you find stuff that's all broken up, little pieces of hoods and I found wheels if you need some
Whales?
wheels. And then
Oh,
I found a
wheels. Gotcha.
sombrero.
Huh.
Wheels. And I thought it was a sombrero, and then later on in researching, I found what it was. It's an ashtray. For the olden day cars, they didn't have ashtrays in their old cars. And part of a flask. There's my flask, copper.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh.
Now, is
So
that a
there's
powder
stuff that's out
flask?
here. Yeah, for powder. Yeah,
Awesome.
gunpowder. Because there's a lot of mini balls and stuff that we find out here too. So there's some cool stuff that's found out here. But anyway, so sometimes people on the East Coast say, "Man, I want to come out there and find stuff like you got," and we say, "Well, we want to come out there and find cool stuff what you guys got." So
Yeah.
we need to switch. Anyways, all right. So I think we covered everything we needed to do, and I know you're late back there on your East Coast there, so I don't want to keep you up late because you're like 3 hours different. So anyway, so we'll start wrapping things up. We'll let you go.
All right.
You got a YouTube channel, right?
I do. I do. It is, I think A Digger de Gauze. I don't, yeah, A Digger de Gauze. I don't use it as much as Instagram and TikTok. On Instagram, I am, I have to keep looking. So it's A Digger de Gauze, all one word on Instagram. And then TikTok, it's just Digger de Gauze. And Facebook.
Okay. And and Facebook. So if anybody wants
Yep.
to follow you, go on, log into all of that, and you can post anything you want in our Facebook page there on Gold Fever Radio. So you
Fantastic.
can do
Thank
that
you.
there. So, but anyways, okay. So before we let you go, I got to ask you one last question.
Okay.
What's probably the best piece of advice you would give to somebody that just wants to start out in this hobby?
Don't give up. Don't give up. If you're looking at posts and you're seeing amazing finds, and you're wondering why, you might not be finding the greatest stuff right now, there's, they're not showing the trash, and like, depending on the location, you know, you might not know that they're in a very rich historical area. And to be able to know your detector, you have to spend time with it. You have to, like, you know, work with it and get to understand it and get to understand where you are and where you want to dig. So just don't give up. Don't give up. It's a lot of fun once you learn a detector, learn your area. Um, yeah, yep, it's a ton of fun.
Yeah. And years ago, I used to hate detecting, but I have learned to love detecting. And detecting, I seem like I can't get enough of it. I want to go every chance I get.
Yeah. Yep, and it is. It can change, and if you know, and it doesn't help that, I mean, a lot of the YouTube, I mean, even myself, you know, I'm not going to always post all the trash that I find. So people are like, oh, you know, you found such incredible things. And what they don't see is the giant Home Depot buckets in the back of my truck full of can slaw. And so,
Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of work that goes into to detecting to find the good stuff.
yeah,
All right, Amanda, we appreciate you taking some time and speaking with us, and we wish you much success and luck into your future. And we hope that our paths cross again soon.
thank you. Thank you for having me. And
Oh, hey, take care of yourself, and thanks for hanging with us, guys. All right, guys, so we did everything we need to do. So what we're going to do is chow on out of here, as they might say. But want to thank Amanda again, and so we'll find our ending thing right now. And until our paths cross again, you guys all take care. Thanks, Amanda. We'll see you later. Look at that. More gold. More gold. Yes, there is gold in there. Yeah. We like gold. Not a lot, but hey, you know what? There's gold. Let's see how you can see. Oh, there's gold. I see gold. Look at that. Look at all that gold. Woo-hoo, baby. Looking good, huh? Look at it all. Whoa. Nice chunky pieces in there. So that is nice gold.